He heard his wife say, "Once he dies, everything will be mine." He froze outside the door, his heart stopped, because the man she was talking about was him. Daniel was a simple man. He worked long hours. He trusted easily. And he loved deeply. He married Lisa 5 years ago. She was beautiful, smart, charming. Everyone said he was lucky. And Daniel believed it. He gave her everything. A nice house, the comfortable life. Even when he was tired, he still smiled for her. But something slowly started changing. Lisa became distant, cold, quiet, always on her phone. Late-night calls, secret messages. Daniel noticed, but he ignored it, because love makes you blind. Until one night, it was raining heavily. Daniel came home early from work. He didn't tell Lisa. He wanted to surprise her. But instead, he got the biggest shock of his life. As he entered quietly, he heard voices from the bedroom. Lisa was not alone. A man was with her. Daniel's hands started shaking. His chest felt heavy. But then he heard something worse. Lisa laughed softly and said, "Don't worry, he won't be here long." The man asked, "Are you sure?" Lisa replied, "Yes, his health is already weak, and I've been helping it get worse." Daniel felt the ground disappear beneath him. Helping it get worse? What did she mean? He stepped back quietly, his mind racing, heart pounding. That night, he didn't confront her. He didn't scream, he didn't cry. He stayed silent, because something inside him broke, but something else woke up. Suspicion. The next day, Daniel went to the doctor. He asked for a full checkup. When the reports came, the doctor looked confused. "Daniel, have you been taking any new medicine?" Daniel shook his head. The doctor said slowly, "There are strange chemicals in your body, small amounts but harmful." Daniel's blood turned cold. It wasn't sickness. Someone was poisoning him. He went home, looked at Lisa. She smiled sweetly. "Are you okay, honey?" Daniel smiled back. But this time it was different. He knew the truth now. From that day, Daniel started acting weak. He pretended to be sick, tired, helpless. Lisa became happier, more caring on the outside, but colder inside. She started bringing him drinks, food, medicine. Daniel secretly stopped eating anything she gave. Instead, he collected samples and sent them for testing. The results came back. Poison. Slow, careful, deadly. Daniel felt anger rise inside him, but he controlled it. He needed proof. He needed the truth to come out, and he needed the perfect moment. So he made a plan. He installed hidden cameras in the house. Small, invisible. Days passed. Then one night, everything changed. Lisa brought him a glass of juice. "Drink this, it will help you sleep." Daniel pretended to drink, then lay down, closing his eyes, waiting. Minutes later, Lisa returned with the same man. They stood near his bed, watching him. Lisa whispered, "Soon it will be over." The man smiled, "And then 'twill be rich." Daniel recorded everything, every word, every face, every betrayal. But here comes the twist. The next morning, Daniel disappeared. No message, no call, nothing. Lisa panicked at first, then she smiled. Maybe it's done. Days passed. Police got involved. Lisa acted like a grieving wife, crying, screaming, acting perfectly. Everyone believed her. Until 1 week later, the door opened, and Daniel walked in. Alive. Strong. Smiling. Lisa's face turned white. Her hands started shaking. How are you alive?" Daniel looked at her calmly, surprised. Then suddenly, police officers entered behind him. The room filled with tension. Lisa stepped back. "What is this?" Daniel took out his phone. Press play, and the room went silent. Her voice echoed. "Once he dies, everything will be mine." Her face, her words, her crime, everything exposed. Lisa collapsed to the floor. No, this is not real. But it was. The police arrested her, and the man, both charged with attempted murder. Before leaving, Lisa looked at Daniel, tears in her eyes. "Why didn't you just die?" Daniel's face was calm, cold. He said slowly, "Because I trusted you, and you tried to kill me." Pause. but I chose to fight instead of die. Months later, Daniel moved to a new city, a new life. No lies, no betrayal, just peace. But sometimes, late at night, he still remembers that moment, standing outside the door, hearing the truth, feeling his world break, and he realizes something. The most dangerous enemies are not strangers. They are the ones you love the most. But the story didn't truly end there, because some scars don't disappear so easily. Even after moving to a new city, Daniel couldn't sleep peacefully. Every night he would wake up suddenly, breathing fast, heart racing. That one sentence kept echoing in his mind. Once he dies, everything will be mine. He stopped trusting people. Even small things made him doubt. If someone offered him food, he hesitated. If someone smiled too much, he felt uncomfortable. The man who once loved deeply now lived carefully. One evening, Daniel was sitting alone in a small cafe, rain falling outside. Just like that night, he stared at his coffee for a long time, lost in thoughts. Then suddenly, a voice broke his silence. "Is this seat free?" He looked up. A woman stood there, simple, calm, kind eyes. Her name was Emma. Daniel nodded slowly. She sat down. They didn't talk much at first, just small words, simple questions. But something felt different. Days passed. They met again and again. Slowly, conversations became longer. Smiles became real. And for the first time in months, Daniel felt normal. But fear was still inside him. He didn't tell her about his past. Not yet. Because he was afraid. Afraid that history might repeat itself. One day, Emma looked at him seriously. "You seem like someone who is running from something." Daniel stayed silent. She continued softly. "You don't have to tell me, but you don't have to carry it alone either." Those words hit him deeply. For the first time, someone saw his pain without asking questions. That night, Daniel made a decision. He told her everything, from the beginning. The love, the betrayal, the poison, the plan. Every painful detail. He expected her to step back, to feel scared, to leave. But Emma didn't move. She just listened, quietly, calmly. When he finished, there was a long silence. Daniel looked down, waiting for her reaction. Then she said softly, "You survived something terrible. Pause. But don't let it kill the rest of your life." Daniel looked at her, confused. She smiled gently. "Not everyone is like her." Pause. "And you deserve better." Something inside Daniel shifted. A small crack in his fear. A small light in his darkness. Weeks turned into months. Daniel slowly started trusting again. Little by little, step by step. He laughed again. He slept better. He smiled without thinking. Emma didn't rush him. She didn't push him. She simply stayed. And sometimes that's enough. One evening, Daniel stood by the window, watching the sunset, Emma beside him. He took a deep breath and said quietly, "I was dead once, not physically, but inside." Pause. "But somehow, I came back." Emma looked at him and smiled. "Yes, and this time you're stronger?" Daniel nodded, because now he understood something important. Pain can break you, but it can also rebuild you. Stronger, wiser, more careful. And trust, it doesn't come back all at once. It grows slowly, with the right person. As the sun disappeared, Daniel felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. Not because the past was gone, but because he was no longer controlled by it. And somewhere far away, inside a prison cell, Lisa sat alone, thinking about everything she lost: money, freedom, power. But most of all, she lost the man who truly loved her. And that was something she could never get back. Real ending. Sometimes revenge is not about hurting someone back. Sometimes it's about surviving, healing, and living a better life without them.